Good morning, students. Today I am going to start chapter number 3, Our Changing Earth from Geography. In this topic, we will discuss and study about the different types of activities, whatever carried by the movement of Earth inside the Earth and outside the Earth. Okay? And on the basis of this chapter, we will understand that how our earth is continuously changing and what are the factors which are responsible for the changing of the shape inside the earth and outside the earth. So, first of all, the one question which will arise here, that what is lithospheric plate? So students, I think you are all well known about lithosphere. So lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth, and it is made up of rocks and minerals which is covered by a very thin layer of a fertile soil. And lithosphere is a very irregular surface which consisting mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys and different types of landforms which we can see on the surface of the earth. Okay? So first of all, we have to clear here that what is lithospheric plate. So students, our earth crust is made up of several large and small irregular shaped plates or slabs on which continents and ocean floors are situated or located. It means what we can see on the surface of the earth, that is based on a one slab or one plate, even continents or ocean floors or oceans. And when this lithosphere is broken due to any cause into a number of small plates or large plates, then this is known as lithospheric plates. In simple language, we can say our earth crust is made up of many small and large irregular shaped plates or slab which carry continent and the ocean floor. And when the lithospheric plate or lithosphere is broken into a number of small plates, then this is known as lithospheric plate. And students, this big part of the lithosphere or plates move around the globe very slowly. In means in a year it is moving only 1 millimeter. And one question again will arise here, that why these lithospheric plates are moving and how these lithospheric plates are moving. So students, lithospheric plates are moving due to the movement of molten magma inside the earth. And you know very well that our shape of the earth is in circular shape. That's why the molten magma which is present inside the earth also moving according to the shape of round shape or circular shape. That's why our lithospheric plate is also moving very slowly, even few millimeter in each year. Okay, understood? After that, your next topic is forces. So students, as I told you above that, different types of activities we can see inside the earth and on the surface of the earth, which are responsible for the formation of different types of landforms, or responsible for the changing of our earth shape inside the earth and outside the earth. So students, it is clear that some forces are present inside the earth and outside the earth which are working or which are responsible to change the shape of the earth inside and outside the earth. Okay? And due to the movement of these plates every year some millimeter, and these plates responsible for the changes of the surface of the earth due to the some forces. So the earth movements are divided on the basis of the some forces or some power which is working and responsible for the movement of the plates and responsible for the changing of the earth inside and outside the earth. Okay? So students, this force is divided into two forces. Number one is endogenic force and number two is exogenic force. So students, the forces which act or which working in the inside of the earth or in the interior of the earth are called as endogenic force. And students, endogenic forces, some are responsible for sudden, very quick, very fast changing. And when this endogenic force working inside the earth suddenly, quickly, fastly, then this endogenic force is responsible for the formation of earthquake and sudden volcanic eruption and landslide. Okay? Students, I think you are all well known about the earthquake activity and volcanic eruption, in which magma comes out inside the earth through a vent, through a volcano. And landslide means the movement of a big part of soil and big part of mountain from the high area to the low area is known as landslide. And sometimes endogenic force is also responsible to create very slow force. Sometimes this endogenic force is working very slowly, and when this endogenic force is working very slowly, then it is responsible for the formation of or for the buildings of mountain ranges or mountains on the surface of the earth. Okay, understood? After that, next one is exogenic force. So what is exogenic force? So students, the forces which are working on the surface of the earth are called as exogenic force, or the forces which are working outside the earth, this is known as exogenic force. And students, exogenic forces are responsible for the erosion and for the deposition. So again students, one question will arise here, that what is erosion and what is deposition. So students, erosion means the taken away of landscape, or the taken away or the wearing away of the soil and some part of the landscape by different agent like water, wind and ice. And when these water, wind and ice stop somewhere, then all these started to deposit all the materials whatever taken by them from one place to another place is responsible for the work of deposition. Students, I want to clear that what is erosion in a simple language. So students, in a very windy weather, you can see when wind is blowing at a very high speed, then you can see they can take in, or they are taking some small particles and dust particles and some plastics and some papers with themselves from one area to another area where these high speed winds are moving, and due to this some barrier they are started to deposit all the loads whatever taken by air. Okay, so from where all these material taken by the movement of wind, that is responsible for the eroding, for the erasing of the landscape, and where this air is busy in depositing all these things, that is the work of deposition. Just like same as same, you can see during the time of flood, due to the very high movement of flood water which is moving in the rivers, and you can see these flood water is taking too much dust, too much loads, too much soil with themselves from one area to another area, from where they are starting to move and they are depositing where they are going to slow. Okay, so students, these are the erosion and deposition work of the exogenic force, and this is done by river, wind, sea waves and glaciers. So students, already I have explained river and wind. Now I am going to explain the movement of sea waves and glaciers. So students, whenever very high waves forming in the ocean, then they are depositing all the things and material whatever present in the ocean and deposited by these sea waves nearby the seashore. And glaciers, you know very well that glaciers is a very high and very big and very loaded. That's why when if these glaciers are moving from their place to another place, then this is moving very slowly, and due to the heavy load, it is responsible for the eroding of their lower portion from where they are moving. Okay, so students, now you can understand that when sometime endogenic force is working and creating sudden force, and it is responsible for the formation of earthquake activity and volcanic eruption, then you know, and you can see that this earthquake and volcano is responsible for a mass destruction on the surface of the earth. Okay, so students, for today's that's all. In my next explanation I will discuss with you about the volcano earthquake activity, and how earthquake activity and volcano is formed, and a case study about the earthquake related to one particular region. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day. Listen my lecture carefully, and everywhere you have any difficulties, then contact me. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.